Hello there, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we finished Tanner's request to help Gorski with his task of infiltrating an area within the old GMS compound, a rival station close to South Gate Station, which had lost a war between those two facilities. We were victorious. We destroyed all of the raiders, which had raided a group of people who were just trying to exist there. We found the key card required to open up the room that Gorski was looking to get into, but found the area flooded with burrowers. That area is going to be way too tough for us at this point in the game. And we won't, at the very least, we won't be going back there until we're close to level 10. In any case, we got some loot. We've sold most of it. We are carrying, actually, the rest of the leftovers for our trip over to Junkyard, which we have now been tasked with. Hadrian Tanner wants us to help find, if it's possible, a Armadillo-class drill rotator circuit board, which will be needed to be replaced in the version that Southgate Station possesses to help them clear the tunnel faster. One might be at Junkyard, it is. But we'll have some crazy hijinks and adventures over there. When I left off, mentioned I would be at the docks, but it occurred to me I forgot to stop by Vera in order to talk with her and get some trade documents for the United Nations. And so that's what we're going to do first, before we head on over there. So let's get started. Oh, we also have Harlan's task, but I wouldn't mind gaining a level first. So let's go ahead and at least talk with Vera to begin. Oh, actually, the first thing I like doing is looking at my character so you guys all can see where exactly I am stat, skill, and feat-wise. So here's my stats. Here's our skills. And our feats. Nimble, Paranoia, Sprint, Tranquility, Premeditation, and obviously Empathy, so we can use psionic abilities. Suppose we should show this really quick as well. Here's all my current psionic powers and what is currently slotted in my head. Alright, and now let's get going. You met Vera previously during your testing period. She's one of the counselors here at Southgate Station. Oh, good to see you found your way to my office, Tim. How do you like your new home so far? It's been fine so far. Very good. So what can I do for you? Tanner mentioned you need some documents delivered to an embassy in Junkyard? Oh, that's right. If you're heading that way, you can deliver them for me. Sure, I'm going there right now. Great. Here are the documents. I'll let them know that you're coming. Have a safe journey and send my regards to the ambassador. See you later, Vera. By later, I mean right now. Because we're going to try picking your pocket before we head on out there. We can. Let's grab 40 Southgate Station credits to start from her. We'll be back to her occasionally. We're going to pick her pocket for all. You know what? No. The Obsidian coins are worth more. She's just as on guard for us taking them. 60 Obsidian coins is a decent amount of Obsidian coins to have this early in the game. Let's take them. Cool. Alright, so what's next then, Tim? What does pickpocket rely on really quick? It is dexterity. How much money do I have? 991. I'm gonna make probably a mistake here, but I'm going to buy another eel sandwich from Arlene. To increase my pickpocketing just slightly. It'll be useful when we get over to Southgate Station. Oh, and a heads up, when right before Vera's, I had pickpocketed everyone who had anything of value in the room next to her earlier. So a handful of stealth gas station credits, maybe a hypo or two, were the reward for doing that. There's no way I'm going to have the dex to do it, but I'm going to check. If I eat this now, do I now have the pickpocket required? What's my pickpocket, by the way? 53. It's a pretty good effective pickpocket, to be quite honest. Do I now have what's required to get that dagger off Captain Savannah? Probably not, I'm guessing. Still no. So since it's going to be a while, I'm going to grab the outwork she's got here. After all the fun and games, hard work awaits everyone. Served in a handy flask, this drink will provide great company during hard times. Let's take it. I need to get to Junkyard, Savannah. Alright, I'll take you there for 8 charons. 25 credits ahead. You got those. There you go, 25 credits. Alright, jump in. Alright. Junkyard, everyone. We could have walked here and saved a little bit of money. Probably most people will do that. But meh. I want to get over here as fast as possible so we can look to see if we can actually create a spear as a weapon. Let's get started by announcing our arrival to everyone by picking all their pockets. So let's start with Captain Roderick. Let's see. He has a level 8 dagger, but we still can't pick it from his pocket. 56 stitching coins. We'll take those off of him at the moment. This is a secret area that will lead to Comer's knife. We haven't been told about it, so I will come back for that later. What you looking at? Looking at potential loot? What have you got, sir? Can't take his stitching coins. A level 8 combat knife. That's a shame we can't take it from him. We'll take his black eel insignia for a little bit of experience points. What you crawling around for? Crawling around for lint in your nasty little pockets is... take the adrenaline shot. We're going to end up with quite a few of them. Many of the gang members here have adrenaline shots, so we should probably end up with a good amount of them, like 15 or so, before we're ready to do any adventuring. This is a restricted area, Jack. Beat it. We will. Beat your pockets of their adrenaline shots. Keep your hands where I can see them. I know. How about you can feel our hands rummaging around in your coat. We can take the 20 standard rounds from you. Colton, can we actually pick your pockets before we get started here? We can take your adrenaline shot. You also have a level 6 dagger. We can't take it. Here to do some trading, Jack? Would you happen to, by any chance, have an Armadillo-class drill rotator circuit board? No, I got lots of junk, but I ain't got any Armadillo parts. Doubt any merchant near here has got those either. Maybe you can find those at the old junkyard. I can't be sure. Well, show me what you have, at least. So he is selling some steel plates. We want higher steel plates than these, but this will give us a starting dagger at the very least. Let's trade this. Oh, I did find. You know what this is? That's too precious for me to just trade that. How's my lockpicks? Okay, let's take the 10 and 5 lockpick here, and we'll also grab some steel plates. He is also selling a spear shaft, so if we do find other better steel plates, on one of the other merchants, we can just come back here and buy that to make up for what we're about to do. 62 16 coins. All the money base we got from Vera will cover the cost of this crap we're picking up. Let's do it. So, tell me about Old Junkyard. Old Junkyard. Depot A is the original junkyard this town was built next to from the scrap our predecessors found there. It's a restricted area now, though, on account of some accident with a mutagen tank that happened a long time ago. It's a crazy zone now. Rabid dogs, mutants, flipped out auto turrets. There's still lots of valuable junk there, though, and you got scrappers still doing raids there, and they ain't letting many other folks get in. That's the problem, you see. Those bastards control the gate. It's in their freaking base. There's no other way in? No, I didn't say that. You know what they say. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you absolutely need that armadillo part, the Black Eels might be able to help you. How so? Talk to Silas, the Dockmaster. Tell him Colton sent you, and that you're interested in the wormhole. He'll tell you more about it. That would be this gentleman. So let's say hello to Dockmaster Silas. Ooh. After, you say hello to the pockets of this gentleman with this machine gun. A lean, tall man stands before you, chewing on something leisurely. On his exposed forearms, you can see various crude tattoos and shallow scars covering his calloused skin. His facial features are sharp as if chiseled into stone. If you're looking to trade, get the hell out of here and take the first door to the right. Tell me about the Black Eels. Are you the head honcho? Oh yeah, we control the docks and all the nearby waterways, and through that all the naval trade. It's quite a lucrative business, too. Our biggest customers are here in the south, but you'd be surprised how many fancy pants, civilized northern stations come to us in search of various parts and raw materials. Scrappers control the old junkyard, true. There's plenty of heaps this side of the fence, too, and unlike the crazy zone raids, it doesn't cost lives to salvage it. Besides, it ain't like the scrappers can ship their stuff anywhere without our help. As far as the leadership is concerned, I'm the guy in charge of the docks, and that's all you need to know, station boy. I'm here about the wormhole. Colton said you're the man to talk to. You look green, boy. What you need the wormhole for? You got a death wish? I'm looking for something specific I can't find on the market. Must be something special if it's worth risking your hide. The wormhole can get you in and out. What's gonna cost you? How much? You usually ask for money. I got another deal for you, if you're interested. Let's hear it. I need someone to solve a couple of problems for me. Maybe get his hands dirty in the process. Think what I mean? It shouldn't take you too long. You might even earn some charons on the side as well. Sound good so far? Go on. There's this guy who owes me a hefty amount of coins. And not only that, but he's also late on his protection money. I don't think he's got it. But shake him down. See if he has something else of value. If not, well, we still gotta send a message. What happens when you try to swindle the Black Eels, right? So you up for this? Besides this, how many more favors do you need me to do before I'll get to the wormhole? Just one more after this. So you in or what? I'm in. Excellent. The guy's name is Grover. He lives in a shack just north of the tavern, right next to Len's shop. Get him to pay up 100 charons he owes me, or something of equal value. If he can't pay up, bring me his ugly head. Alright. Oh, we should also, before bringing you his head, let's check your legs for anything of interest. Keys. The wormhole key. Dockmaster's key. Charons. We could barely take some of those rounds off him. Okay. We'll come back for him later. I don't think we're allowed on the docks here, nor in this area. So we'll come back here potentially later if we're stronger and the Black Eels decide they want to fight. For us doing some snooping. Junkyard Commoner. That fixer fella's derailed as heck. You got any eels to spare, maybe? I'll give you some tomorrow. Poor people. Unfortunately, they are very poor. I feel a little too guilty taking their single Stygian coin, which I shouldn't. I shouldn't. It's not like they're going to spend it at all. But they can keep it. I don't know you, Jack. Hey, back off me, man. Alright, we will. Let's research your pockets. Adrenaline shot, more money, 9mm rounds. So adrenaline shot for us. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your donation to saving the world. Trick. I got some nice hunting gear if you want to take a look, stranger, and a bunch of other random stuff I scavenged. Would you happen by any chance to have an Armadillo class drill rotator circuit board? I don't know what that is, son, but I'm pretty sure I ain't got none of that. Any idea who might have some drill parts around here? Well, you can try the depot to the west, or maybe the docks. They're to the east. You'll find all sorts of junk there. Where's your only step Stygian coins? How do I get some of those? Some guy at the docks will sell you some charons for other monies, or so I heard. What's there to hunt in nearby caves? Rat hounds and hoppers mostly. Them beetles too, but they taste terrible. I was really hungry once and had to eat a bit of it. The only part you can actually eat is the brain. First when you take a bite, it ain't so bad, but then, as soon as you catch one of them blue, thin veins, or they burst and spill out, ugh, so bitter. I could taste it in my mouth for weeks. Ugh. Man, I know what that's like right now. I have a horrible aftertaste whenever I eat certain things. Thanks to chemo. Show me what you got, old-timer. So I don't see any metal for trade here. He is selling some spear shafts, which is good to know. More importantly for us, though, he's selling the spear blueprint, which is the weapon I want to use. So let's trade for it. 34 credits for it. My goodness. Alright, and now let's see if we can make an actual spear. We have some metal plates. We have a shaft. Level 7 spear. Done. So this is basically over twice the damage of our combat knife. But it also takes... Oh, action points are only 20. For some reason I thought there were 25. Okay. That's kind of acceptable. We'll gain spear... we'll talk more about spears later as we begin to use ours. But there we go. Spear now used. I don't really... spears are not something, you know, I feel my character would generally be using. But I like the idea of using like a quarterstaff. And this is the closest thing I can get to a quarterstaff for our mage. So that is why I really want to use a spear with this guy. Nothing very good in the dumpster. Should talk to all the other merchants, Tim. Looking for some scrap? I got you covered. Would you happen to have, by any chance, an Armadillo class drill rotator circuit board? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have too much electronics right now, but take a look anyway. You might find it. But no refunds. Won't be my fault if you buy the wrong thing. Alright, let's have a look. He does not. He's selling some super strength. I heard they changed this out to the stacks, which would be very super useful. Spear shafts for him as well. Very low quality steel plates. And I have nothing he wants. Kimi sells plants, so we'll talk with her later if we actually get a few plants to sell. Hello, guard. You have anything in your pockets? Nothing. Well, we can take the 5mm rounds, I suppose, off of you. I doubt we've got what it takes to get anything off of Len, but we'll try. I could take some bullets. We will. Welcome to my little shop, stranger. Looking for some weapons or armor? Yeah, show me what you've got. So, he's buying all sorts of cool things. What is he selling? Level 8 anti-thermic insulated riot overcoat. Heat, cold, and mechanical resistances. 22 and 6. It's a little bit better than this. Are you buying... Okay, he's not buying a right overcoat. Issue with this is going to be hideously expensive for this armor. Or not likely to get better. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. We could get better from a few encounters. I don't know if I want to spend up to 15,000 value. Well, for level armor that's 4 levels higher and less armor penalty, it'll get you through all these early areas. But it's going to be almost everything I'm carrying to get this armor if I want it. He can sell slightly better armor too. This one's level 9. I think we won't just buy this. We'll make do with our current right overcoat, and we'll just vendor some stuff to him. Hammerer. Let's see. Some of this hawker as well, and then a little bit of ammo because he's almost out of cash. Get the rest of that cash off? We can. Alright, not bad for a start. We got an extra 300 charons from that. And now what I normally do is store the leftovers here. Okay, good. Now let's see this Grover guy. Oops. Whoa, that was interesting. Right next to Len's shop, which would mean his house is right here. The man greets you with a face as expressive as a rock wall. He glances at you and then speaks. I ain't in the mood to chat. I'm here for the Dockmaster's money, Grover, so pony up. Look, I told Silas already. I just don't have any money right now. I'll pay him back as soon as I can. And when's that? I don't know. Soon, I think. That's not good enough, Grover. He stares at you. After a few seconds, his expression slowly begins to break. I'll have it real soon. I promise. I promise. You better have it next time I drop by. I will. He won't, so we're just going to kill him. I feel a little guilty about this, but not too guilty about this. Sorry, Grover. It's over for you. Unfortunately for Grover, he did not even have a chance to try to bribe us, which he would normally do when we reduce his hit points rather low. Grover's head. This is the head of Grover of Junkyard. He's even uglier dead. We might as well turn this in right now as well. Nobody's supposed to carry a bloody head around with us. Let's see what the next task Dockmaster Silas wants us to do is. Mr. Silas. We're contributing, though, to the ongoing racketeering of and protection rackets of this gang. But it does get us closer to that dual rotator circuit board viewers, and that's what we want. About that Grover guy. Did you handle the situation? Poor sap couldn't pay up. Give him Grover's head. So, but he was telling the truth about being broke. Regretful, but you did what had to be done. Good job. What's the other thing you want? Actually, we'll do this. I've got some business to attend to now. We'll talk later about the other favor. Alright, but don't take too long. The other favor will have us go to that one island, which shouldn't be too difficult, but will be much more difficult than we've seen of our previous playthroughs. Sorry, just want to get all the fog of war off the map over here. Alright, so... let's keep searching people's pockets. Poor black eel thug. We want all the adrenaline shots we can get. They're more expensive than the heals. We already have 36 flippin' normal health hypos. Actually, there's... oh, we can take up a serrated tungsten steel knife, huh? A level 9 knife off this person? I will do that. Even though we're using a spear now, knives are still a decent thing to be wielded in the offhand. It does just as much damage as our current knife does. Less chance to crit. More critical damage bonus. And a chance to inflict bleeding wounds. So let's take it. We can then break down the old knife we were using. Commoners, Kareem, Scrapper Thugs. Well, let's start searching people's pockets. Junkyard surprise. There's no telling what this might do to your guts. Or $2. I feel a little guilty taking the people who aren't in a gang. They're really struggling here, so I don't really want to take their singular staging coins. And I do, but we're not going to. Scrapper insignia. We will get one of these off a quest person, so I don't need that. Let's keep taking the adrenaline shots off these people. Just a bunch of scrappers are hanging out here. Take a few bucks. That person doesn't have any adrenaline. Lots of dogs here in Junkyard also. Remember when I seem to remember that they wouldn't always move out of the way when you clicked on them, which made traversing Junkyard a bit tricky sometimes if one got in the doorway of a merchant you were trying to visit. I'm just going to skip the Junkyard Commoners. I'm going to make the assumption that they don't have anything I'm going to be wanting to steal, or I'm going to steal. Those coins. And let's say hello to Kareem. Oh, can we actually... we probably cannot. Don't have the pickpocket for Abram's pockets. We do not. A large man with a scruffy bush of a beard stands at the counter, smelling of foul food and booze. He speaks in a deep rumbling voice, and you can't quite tell if he's in a bad mood or just bored. What can I get you, Jack? What exactly goes into this Junkyard surprise? It's a surprise. Is it a nice surprise? Could be. Got any real food? Doesn't get any more real than this. Let me see what's on the menu. A few fish. Eel sandwiches. That's not so bad. How much is the eel sandwich here? 24 staging coins. Sure, I'll take it. We're looking on food, by the way. Oh wow, we're looking very good. Okay, I should have done some more inventory management stuff before I left. But we're not in any danger of being overburdened at the moment. Okay. We'll probably lockpick this door once the guard goes away. It's not a red symbol either, so it's probably just been probably this abandoned house here. After propaganda, we're allowed one more of those. And the Junkyard. Oh, actually, the Junkyard is later in the town. This is just where all the scrap is located. This is the scrapper area. Hello, sir. What's in your pockets today? Adrenaline shot. Take that. Just keep walking, Jack. No vacancies at the fishing hole. Sorry, Jack. The scrapper, we can pick this. Well, we can pick all their pockets technically, but we'll pick this guy's pocket. Keep looking at these knives. Level 9 knife, pretty decent, but we can't take it. And those guys can keep their cash on them. Luckily, they're part of the crowbar squad. They have a crowbar, most of them in one single Stygian coin. Now, you're wearing a sniper rifle, so I'm going to imagine you do not want anything taken off of you. We can barely take something, though, so we'll take the adrenaline shot. Good for our eel sandwich, which is about to expire. The same there as well. Up to 13. I said 15 is what we'd end up with. I'm curious if that would be correct. "30 seconds left on our eel sandwich, Tim." Let me search that barrel. Use that scrap. Eventually be able to make some repair kits out of it. Lots of doggos. Someone just threw away some canned meat just like that? Who would do such a thing? Just eat it immediately. And mind shrooms are back there. Mr. Scrapper Jack Gangsta. What have you got in your pockets today? We could take some money, but we'll take the adrenaline shot. It's worth more. Another gangster. This is the merchant for the scrapper. Yep, Gort is his name. We'll take his Stygian coins. Welcome to Depot B, stranger. Looking for some explosives, ammo, or just some other random junk? I got you covered. Would you happen to, by any chance, have an Armadillo-class drill rotator circuit board? Well, you can look around, but I'm pretty sure I don't have none of that stuff. It's not that common of a digger nowadays, Jack, so we don't look for its parts when scavenging in the old junkyard. What is the old junkyard? It's Depot A. It's right through that gate over there in the back. He points his thumb over his shoulder. We keep it under lock because there are some nasty creatures roaming around there. You wouldn't want to meet none of them, Jack. Can I go and look for the part I need? I doubt it, Jack. You could go ask Eddie if he let you in, but don't get your hopes up. Who's Eddie? He's a big boss around here. He leads the gang and runs this place. Show me what you got. Okay, so unfortunately for us, he has tungsten steel plates. These will make spears that do more critical damage bonus. I think even maybe a little more damage, but they require more strength, and so we won't be able to wield them effectively. There's nothing else here I'm interested in. Okay. Well then, let's talk with Eddie and see if he'll let us in. After we search his friend's pockets first. 75 Stygian coins on this guy. My goodness. 3 fusion cores, too. I'll take the batteries. Eddie? You see a short, jittery man with messy hair and stained goggles, both of which he occasionally adjusts only to find a second later he's not happy with his new arrangement. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? He says and puts down his copper mug. Tell me about the scrappers. That's my gang. We extract the valuable stuff from the old junkyard and sell it all over the south. The Foundry and Core City are our biggest customers. We're also in the business of killing people who try to muscle in our turf, so don't even think of it. Can I get into the old junkyard? No dice. Scrappers only zone, Jack. What are you looking for in there anyway? Some drill parts. We don't usually allow outsiders in there, but I guess I might be able to let you slip by. That is, if you're willing to do me a favor first. What kind of favor? I need to retrieve something from an associate of mine. All right, that sounds simple enough. I'm listening. Let's discuss this somewhere more private. Okay, here's what you gotta do. Go to the slums, past the camping area, into the back alley to the north. There's a gambling house back there. Look for a guy named Elwood and get his keycard off him. I have no idea how you do it, though. Avoid fighting him if you can, and if you absolutely must kill him for it, make sure no one sees you. If other scrappers see you attacking him, the whole deal is off and it'll have nothing to do with you. Understand? Alright, I'll do it. That's the spirit. Let me know when you got the keycard. Lots of shady stuff happening in Junkyard. So let's go get this quest completed next. But we're going to have a small test of our character coming up first. Without aggravating everyone around. We'll search these thugs since they say thugs. I won't feel as bad taking their little bit of coins from them, because they probably got their coins from someone else. I don't mean they got paid for something either. Shock steel combat knife, level 6. That is a decent dagger. I will take that off of you, sir. And we will charge it. Yeah, we'll use this over this other dagger we picked up. Have to be a little careful, since the lightning could leap to friendly targets or people who we're not currently in combat with, especially for what's coming up. But we'll hope that won't be the case. Another thug. Another adrenaline shot for us. Commoners. We have the agility to leap over the fence, by the way. We can ignore what's going to happen over here altogether. This is a little waypoint placed in here. I feel kind of bad for these people because they don't ask for very much to pass, and you only have to pay them once. It's just 5 charons. But the principle of it is I don't like giving money to people who demand it from me in such a way. Let's leave them there at the moment. Now, I am going to eventually go fishing. But viewer, I'm going to avoid Geezer Ford's quest at this moment. I'm just going to pick his pocket, and we're not going to talk with him. Sorry, Mr. Ford. I'm taking your 2 coins as well. This commoner. Single coin in a crowbar. Hopper Jim. The gangs are squeezing us dry. That fixer fellow's derailed as heck. This guy sold a fish to a north railer And as you can see, it's 51 bucks on him. And now we have that money. Sorry, Hopper Jim. Feel really, really bad about this, but we also could use that 51 bucks at the moment. As for Geezer Ford, he owes me for all the trouble I've been through fishing for that stupid quest of his all these years. Take some coins off of that person. Fixer. Let's see what Fixer has on him first. We'll fix his pockets. 21 bucks. We can actually take him. This doctor's suit is covered with dried blood and other foul stains, its smell matching its appearance. As you come near, he slowly turns to you, inspecting your body for wounds with wild eyes which seem as if they're about to pop out of their sockets. Contrary to his stare, his voice is slow and steady. You feeling pain? I can fix ya. What's behind the fence? United Stations Embassy. Hence all the folks in front of it. What's the deal with all the people outside the embassy? Oops, I took the wrong thing. Alright, so now we're Benderin. He occasionally buys psionic bits, which is why I brought that here. And we do not need 36 health hypos, or I highly doubt we will. Let's sell him 5 of these. Is this enough for a single morphine? It is not. But I want the morphine anyway. We don't have really any reason to take any of this at the moment. Night stations are helping the junkyarders in need. They're giving out food and clothes. Food. That certainly brought their affection. Quite cheap though, but them folks got next to nothing. So it makes sense. You don't like the United Stations? Never said that. I also benefit from their generosity. But what I said is true. Them guys ain't stupid. They ain't. Ha. Can I ask a few questions about Junkyard? No. Why not? I know where it's headed. I feel better already. Come back soon. We'll come back for the Protectorate. This is the United Stations. We're here to drop off the info for them. Teresa. Normally Grover bribes you with suckering Teresa into a back alley so you can kill her and take the plasma core she has on herself. But we can just take that off of her with our pickpocket. Some commoners. Catherine's place sells electronics, if I recall correctly. Sorry, Mr. Guard, but I need to check you first to make sure you're not packing anything. Like those Stygian coins, clearly illegal. A young, slender, tall redhead stands before you. She addresses you with a rather thick accent. I see you ain't from around here, Slick. I'm Catherine, and I run this little shop. You here looking for some electronics, maybe? You happen to have, by any chance, an Armadillo class drill rotator circuit board? No drill parts, sorry. Ain't got nothing of the kind. Good luck finding it, though. That junk's old. I've only ever seen one. Yeah, one Armadillo. That thing was stripped down to the bone. All the way to the bone, Slick. Any hints as to where I should look? Well, I mean, you can try the bigger junk merchants at the docks or Depot B. If that fails, there might be somewhere in Depot A. But it ain't worth the risking your neck. What's so bad about Depot A? Rapid mutated dogs, for starters. That much I know myself. Granted, I've never been too far in. But those who have and returned in one piece claim there's also rogue turrets, minefields, even mutated folks in there. All sorts of freaky, dangerous stuff. If you really want to check it out for yourself, you're gonna have to convince scrappers to let you in. Because the entrance to Depot A as well, it's from within their base. Before I leave, there was something else I wanted to ask you. Shoot. Tell me what you have. Okay, so... there's probably nothing she's selling that I'm not interested in. And we won't have any electronics for a while, so let's just vendor the plasma core we just got for 43 bucks. Actually, we'll take a Mark a Mark II lockpick as well. Oh, while we're here, we should grab this quest as well from Colmir. You see an elderly, dried-up man eating some raw mushrooms, taking them one by one from his palm until it's completely empty of everything but a thick layer of hardened skin. He stares at you, still chewing through the last mushroom, and after swallowing it, he speaks. Hey, stranger. I can see you're not from around here. He pauses, and his stare wanders around, then he continues. Might you, by any chance, be interested in a little business proposition? What do you have in mind, old-timer? I didn't always used to live in a tent, you know. I used to live in the residential area to the east. Really, I did. I lived in a comfy house on the east side. Oh, yeah. But one day I couldn't pay protection money to the Eels anymore, so they kicked me out. Heartless bastards. However, I'm not going to waste your time with my sob story. No. The important bit is that I know a secret way back into my old home. I also know that its current occupant has quite a bit of coins lying around there. So what would you want in return for this information? The only thing I want is for you to get my lucky knife. It's got to be lying around somewhere in there. The knife won't be much use to you, since it's not a particularly good knife for combat, but it's of sentimental value to me. So you dig? What do you say? We got a deal? Deal. Tell me how to get in there. Great. So about getting in. Obviously, you can try the front door if you think you can hack the lock, but it's also being watched by the Eels. The smart thing to do would be to go to the docks and look for a small shack north of the berths. The rocks between the shack and the cave wall can actually be dislodged within there without breaking a sweat. You look skinny enough to squeeze through. Not saying you're a squeezer, mind you, just that you're thin enough. That's all. That'll give you access to a tunnel that will lead you straight into the mushroom garden of my old house. I discovered this passage one day when I found a stinking rat hound messing up my shrooms. Never got around to sealing it off. Speaking of that, there still might be some rat hounds in there, so tread carefully. Alright, I'm off. We'll do that later. Probably next episode. It's officially playing for close to an hour already, viewer. Let's at least get this task done for the scrappers. I gotta flush my mouth out again too. The taste of chemicals is awful. But let's do this. Actually, no, I need to do this now. I'll be right back, viewer guys. I'm sorry. Alright, viewer, I'm back. Let's go ahead. I got a few minutes before I have to head over to the doctor. So let's go ahead and see about this Elwood character. You ring the intercom. A croaky voice answers. Haven't seen you before, stranger. Come to do some gambling? Yeah, can I come in? Sure. All new members must pay 20 charons admittance fee first. Alright, fair enough. Slip the charons through the designated crack in the door. Welcome aboard. Alas, we cannot actually do any gambling in this game. There is none to my knowledge. No fighting in the casino. If you beat someone, take it outside. That's fair enough. Take his bandage, but can't take his charons. Mr. Guard. Take your adrenaline gland. Oh, and there's Elwood. Perfect. Just on time. So from him, we need his key card. We don't have enough points to take anything else, but that's all we need at the moment. And just like that, piece of cake. I will come back for the Protectorate in the future. Right now, I want to also complete the task we got from Colmir. So let's go back to the docks. And we'll explore that area we saw when we first arrived. It's going to be a bit tricky. This area is going to be a bit more dangerous than it is on normal mode. I think there's at least 2 Rat Hound Alphas. Probably, I think there might be 3. plus a host of other rat hounds down here, and they can easily get around you and kill you quickly. Thankfully, once again, we're wearing some amazing armor for dealing with things that don't do fantastic melee damage. Oh, well, that was super awkward. That did not go where I wanted it going. The good news is that they'll be forced to walk through that. The bad news is I'm not going to be moving forward a whole lot. So we might get surrounded. Let's move back just a tad. Looks like there's 3 rat hound alphas. The good news is this little rat hound's in the way. The bad news is it's dying automatically next round. Let's see. We could set them on fire, which will cause them to run. Let's do that. Now they're all afraid. We can go ahead and stab a rat hound a few times. Oh, that's awkward. This one rat hound moved up to block any of the others from actually getting away, as it were. Oh wow, we're almost dead. Let's heal. What on earth is killing us? Was it a little bit of bio damage? Oh, I must have hit myself with my own fire spell, is probably what happened. So we don't want to move up, because I'm nervous about taking more poison damage. We'll throw a normal grenade and pray it lands right kind of where I'm throwing it. That's acceptable. Uh-oh. Oh, I think we're dead, viewer. Yes, we are dead. There's no hope for us. We have 18 life. We take 12 damage. We did this level, but that's not going to save us. Because this is on cooldown for 9 turns. And 3 turns we're dead. I have no other way to heal ourselves. Unless we use morphine, but that will just also slaughter us. We can't bandage ourselves. We can't make it to a doctor. $13 life left. And we killed ourselves anyway with the fire. Alright, let's reload. And that was not so bad. We just got super unlucky with hitting ourselves with our own fire spells a few times. Once again, that's an awful spot for that. But we don't have any throwing, so this is what I should expect. I want them to see me. I guess we also don't need the electrical knife for this particular area. Come on, rat hounds. I'm here. Good. Got their attention, killed one. Let's use our fire spell. Well, that kind of missed, but it did make them a little afraid. That's a great spot for a grenade, but they're all on cooldown. Let's use a temporal increment. And next turn we can throw one if they're all still clumped. And they are. Alright, let's toss a grenade and pray. Very good. And they're almost both dead. Let's freeze this one. And dilate this one. can't tell if there's caltrops in front of me. I'm gonna hope there isn't. Oh, there was another. Nice. We leveled. We'll do that immediately. Unsurprisingly, it's 5 more points into all of our abilities. Alright, and we managed to do it. Not bad. Hopefully there aren't too many more caltrops in the way. There was at least one more. And another. Okay, I didn't pick up any anti-venom. So we're gonna have to bandage through this, or even this is gonna kill us. Unfortunately, by taking Psi Empathy, we don't have much in the way of life. Alright, not bad. Our first death. Too greedy with the AoE spells is what caused it in the end. Too greedy with the AoE spells. Alright, so... let's climb over. And we'll do the door trick here. So someone's right there. If we want to get the money that Colmir says is in here, we'll need to kill him for it. Okay. So let's move up. Pre-med. And we'll dilate to start here. Oops, we'll dilate to start here. I'll blast him once. If I sprint. We can blast him with another cryokinesis. He might have healed himself. He did. Okay, so... this guy's going to be kind of tricky. I'm tempted to use our single morphine here. Only a 67% chance to hit, so we're going to probably be relying on our psychics to help us kill this guy. Yeah, that is not a good chance to hit him in melee. How do we want to do this? Stack distortions on. Oh god, and just like that we're almost dead. That's a 44 Magnum he's using. Can we stun him? No. We can stun ourselves, though, which will help him kill us rather quickly. Nice! Good work, sir. Good critical hit with a 44 Magnum, and incapacitated ourselves, which allowed him to kill us. That's fantastic. Good work. Let's try this again. In the hard mode, everybody. It's harder than normal mode. Alright, so let's see. Move up, once again, hit sprint, use pre-med, use dilate on him to slow him down. And this time, instead of using cold spells, we'll just start stacking distortions on him right away. Since he won't heal himself. So after those go off. Unfortunately, we're going to take another execute here. I think we do use the morphine. Let's do it. Help us take this hit. And those will trigger at the end of his turn. He missed with his aim shot, which was fantastic. Now he's dead. Okay, that we didn't need to use the morphine anyway, so that's a shame. But better to use it and not need it than the opposite. We get a flashbang. I guess that's a memento of how embarrassing that last thing was. It's not a 44. It's an extended magazine 7.62. It's a decent little pistol. Colmir's lucky knife, so we'll give this right back to Colmir. It's a decent weapon, to tell you the truth, quite honestly. But I do like our electronic dagger, so we'll turn it in right away for him. House keycard, some bullets, a health hypo. And here's the stuff we were promised. 279 Stygian coins, very good. Let's use a inhalant. And get out of here. Fun. Very fun. Very fun. Shame the grenades went the wrong way. We'll be dropping these grenades at some point in the future because we do not have throwing. And I am not a fan of relying on grenades without any throwing on your character. As you've just seen, it's a great way to get yourself killed. Though they're still super useful. I guess while we're here really quick, let's see if the merchants refresh their inventory. No, not yet. Okay, let's stop by our dumpster and drop some stuff off there. This is stuff all destined for Len in the future. Oh, we were being bogged down by something. We have quite a bit of creature bits. Sometimes Kendrick will accept leather armors. Is he accepting them today? He is not. I don't really care about these leathers very much. I guess we can just leave them here. Oh, right. Let's turn in the... No, let's turn in the dagger first. We'll avoid that battle until next episode. The battle against this group, Vince's little group here. And immediately turn the knife into Colmer. Normally I keep this knife until after I'm done with Deep OA and then turn it into him. It is a very nice knife. But once again, we got kind of lucky with other knives, so I think we'll be okay without it. Here's your knife, old timer. Give him the knife. Haha, my old lucky knife. I thought I'd never see you again. Well, I'll leave you two to catch up. Hey, thanks. Best of luck, youngster. You're welcome, and you too, old timer. Goodbye. 1,000 experience points. Very good. We'll turn in the quest with Eddie, and then we'll call the session for this one, everyone. sure we'd die. Our first death would not be against the rat hounds there. We hit ourselves with spells, which severely. Well, then when we healed ourselves with a health hypo, that didn't quite. We didn't have enough health hypo to heal us when the rat hounds attacked us. So it was all on our shoulders. What I'm saying there is I recognize when I have made mistakes in the game, and those mistakes cost us our life. But this was never going to be a deathless run. Oh, Eddie's still over here if I recall correctly. Yeah, I got Elwood's keycard. Give him the keycard. Very good. What about Elwood? He's safe and sound. Good, good. Okay, here's what you do next. Go to the back alley north of the tavern and find Elwood's house. It won't be hard to spot. It's the only one with decent walls and an electronic lock. I need you to retrieve something from there. And what's that? I need you to find something that resembles a disc. It's dark green and rough on the surface, and it's made of something that's not quite stone and not quite metal. It's kind of hard to describe, but you'll know it when you find it. Trust me. After this I get access to Depot A, you have my word. Good hunting. Oh, and just one more thing. From what I've gathered, Elwood is pretty good with mines, so watch your step in there. He also has some bots exploring that area, if I recall correctly, so we'll put on an EMP grenade. And we'll get over to that area, and we'll call it a session. We should also eat some food. So let's have stuffed bats. Since we mentioned mines were mentioned, I'm going to want my detection up a little bit. Level 7 already. My goodness, and halfway to level 8. Alright, viewer. Well, we're going to stop here. Thank you guys for watching, and maybe I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.